Welcome to the Lakers Nation newsfeed. My name is Trevor Lane, senior writer for LakersNation.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Trevor_Lane. Now, we're going to be talking all about the latest rumors that link Kawhi Leonard, San Antonio Spurs star, to the Los Angeles Lakers. Yet another star that has been connected to the Lakers via some interesting rumors. Before we jump into it, though, I do want to say this show is brought to you by Simple Contacts. Head over to simplecontacts.com, use the promo code LakersNation, and you can get $30 off your next set of contact lenses. Again, that's simplecontacts.com. Use the promo code LakersNation and get $30 off. All right, so rumor broke today. We're recording this on Thursday, April 19th. Most of you will probably be listening to this on April 20th, but we're recording this, and the rumor came from Sean Devini of the Sporting News. He has a quote from an unnamed league executive, and I'll read everyone the quote here so we know what we're referencing. Here it is. Talking about the Los Angeles Lakers, this executive says, "I think they go in hard for Leonard once the season is over and once the dust settles in San Antonio. Leonard wants to go to LA. There probably won't be public demands on that, but he has leverage. He is going to be a free agent in 2019. He's an LA guy, and he can just let teams know he won't re-sign next year with anyone but the Lakers." Wow, I mean, that's a dream scenario for the Los Angeles Lakers if that quote is taken to be 100% accurate. They will go after Kawhi Leonard. I mean, look, hey, it's a no-brainer that they go after Kawhi Leonard, right? I mean, saying the Lakers will go after Kawhi Leonard is obvious. 29 teams in the NBA would go after Kawhi Leonard. He's that good of a player. They will all check in to see the status of Kawhi Leonard and see if there's a deal to be made and see if there's something that makes sense. Okay, that's just who Kawhi Leonard is. That's what's going to happen. So yes, of course the Lakers would like to have Kawhi Leonard. But that second part, Leonard wants to go to LA. This is the first I'm hearing of this. Leonard wants to go to LA? Yeah, he's a Southern California guy, but this is definitively stating he wants to go to LA. We've heard some rumblings about that. This says he wants to go to LA. He's an LA guy, and he could potentially just let teams he won't re-sign with LA in 2019. All right, so what does that mean? Well, that whole situation should sound very familiar to Lakers fans because it's nearly identical to the one the Lakers were in last summer with Paul George. Paul George was with the Indiana Pacers, made it be known he wanted to be a Laker, and trade discussions commenced. The Indiana Pacers did get an offer from the Lakers, did not accept it. Instead, they took an offer from the Oklahoma City Thunder, and now the Lakers are left hoping they can sign George in free agency this summer. George kind of played the same card that's being referenced here with Kawhi, where he said he wanted to go to the Lakers, but he did take the deal to the Thunder, and he went there. Paul George is a free agent this summer, and that's kind of the one hand that he can play. Kawhi's in the same situation. With free agency pending, if he really, really wants to make it difficult on any other team in the league to trade him, if he wants to force his way to the Lakers, he can just flat out say, hey, in 2019, I am signing with the Los Angeles Lakers, right? So if you're, say, the Boston Celtics, or if you're the Philadelphia 76ers, both teams who would probably put together nice packages for Kawhi, and Kawhi tells them flat out, hey, and again, this is hypothetical, but if he tells them, hey, if you trade for me, whatever assets you give up, I'm only a one-year rental because in 2019, next summer, I'm going to the Lakers. That's it. If he tells them that, then to the Sixers, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to give up a lot for Kawhi. Same thing for the Celtics. You're not going to give up a ton of assets for a guy that's only going to be there for one season. So if Kawhi is hell-bent, and I'll use that term because that's the one we heard with Paul George, if he is hell-bent on getting to the Lakers, then he can depress his own trade value, which would scare away other teams. The Lakers then could come in with an offer, an offer to the San Antonio Spurs, and what that offer would look like, we don't know. We know that if the Spurs are going to trade with the Lakers, if anybody's going to trade with the Lakers, their main interest is going to be on three guys: Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Kyle Kuzma. Those three guys have the most value on the team, no question. They could also be talking about draft picks. The Lakers have the Cleveland Cavaliers' 25th pick in the upcoming 2018 draft, and then they have future draft picks from there. They also have the Chicago Bulls' second-round pick coming up in 2019 that could be very good. So you've got a few draft picks that you could play with there. So maybe the Lakers can put together a competitive offer But again, if you're Kawhi Leonard and you want to come to the Lakers, you don't want the Lakers to have to spend all that much in order to get you, because you want to go play with Brandon Ingram. You want to play with Lonzo Ball and Kyle Kuzma. You want those guys on your team. So maybe it makes sense for Kawhi to try to depress his own trade value. But again, this is just a hypothetical, and this is just coming from the one rumor right now. We have nothing confirmed from Kawhi or anything saying that this is in fact happening, or this is a thing that is going to happen. Now, if you are Kawhi Leonard, do you even want this to happen? Do you want to leave the San Antonio Spurs? Because here's the thing. The San Antonio Spurs, per league rules, are the only team that can offer a designated player max deal. Most people call it the super max deal, which would pay him over $200 million. $200 million. That's about $70 million more than the Lakers could ever offer him on a long-term deal. That is a lot of money to walk away from. We don't know. Perhaps the situation has soured so much. To give everybody a quick rundown, Kawhi had a quad injury. The Spurs diagnosed it, said he's good to come back. He came back for a few games this season, still was having issues, had his own team look at it. They said, nope, your injury got misdiagnosed, and he's been in New York rehabbing with his own team, and that's created some friction between him and the Spurs organization. Everybody caught up. That's just the whole situation in a nutshell. So if you're the Spurs, do you want to offer him that deal? Is there really that tension there? Is Kawhi really upset with the Spurs organization? We don't know, because he hasn't said. But where there's smoke, there's fire, and there is a lot of smoke here right now. This is a weird thing, the way Kawhi is kind of staying away, staying quiet, letting these rumors kind of fester. So there's something going on here. And the question is, if you're the Spurs, do you want to offer a guy like this over $200 million if he doesn't want to be in San Antonio? We've seen teams balk at giving a guy $200 million. Happened with the Sacramento Kings. They traded DeMarcus Cousins rather than give him that much money because they just weren't comfortable with it. That's a ton of money to pay somebody. Maybe the Spurs find themselves in that scenario. Maybe they don't. Maybe this summer they offer him the extension. They offer Kawhi the extension, and that's it. I mean, he's probably going to take it because that's a ton of money to try and turn down. So maybe that happens. But right now, it seems like there's something going on here, and it's going to be something that is worth keeping an eye on. How much will the Lakers have to offer? Again, the Spurs are going to want multiple players. They're going to want Kyle Kuzma. They're going to want Ingram. They're going to want Ball. The Lakers are going to do everything they can to not offer that much. Kawhi is the X factor here. If he tries to depress his own trade value by swearing he will only sign with the Lakers, then maybe the Lakers do indeed get away with paying less. How much less, we don't know. The Spurs are not going to just give him away. They're just not. It makes no sense for them to do that. But they are probably going to ask for some big pieces. Maybe Kawhi is able to work things a little bit so that it costs a little bit less to actually trade for him. But again, that's the dream scenario for the Lakers, with Kawhi swearing that he will not sign with any other team, depressing his own value, and then the Lakers can get him for cheap. Dream scenario for Lakers fans, nightmare scenario for Spurs fans. Don't even need to say that, but yeah, that's where they'd be at. But that would be an amazing scenario for a Lakers team that has been trying to position themselves to take advantage of situations like these. They have a mountain of cap space. They have a ton of young assets. They've got things that they can trade, and they've got room to absorb a big contract. So they've positioned themselves well to be able to take advantage of exactly this kind of scenario where a star is disgruntled and a move is ready to be made. The Lakers are there with open arms because they've been wanting a new superstar since Kobe Bryant retired. And if Kawhi is in the fold, doesn't it make it that much easier for the Lakers then to sell Paul George or sell LeBron James? Say, hey, come on board. They're not saying play with a young guy like Lonzo Ball, play with young Brandon Ingram, play with young Kyle Kuzma, this young roster that may or may not be ready for prime time. Come play with Kawhi Leonard. This guy was a finals MVP. This guy is a legit MVP candidate. He's one of the top defenders in the league. Come play with him. That carries quite a bit more weight than come play with this young talent. So it could be an intriguing scenario for the Lakers and could be a deal that would lead to another star coming on board with Kawhi. Seems like it would increase the Lakers' chances of landing at least one of Paul George and LeBron James. How much cap room they would have left over would depend on how much they sent out in a Kawhi Leonard deal. But if Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka could pull this off, and get Kawhi Leonard, they could be in a situation where they suddenly find themselves with multiple stars and back in the hunt in the Western Conference next season. So it's definitely worth exploring this option. Well, I think I've broken that down about as much as I can here. We, of course, are going to be keeping an eye on this situation. We're going to be waiting for more updates on what's going on with Kawhi Leonard and if the Lakers could potentially land him. Head over to LakersNation.com for all the latest. We always have the breaking news regarding the Lakers right there at your fingertips. Again, LakersNation.com. My name is Trevor Lane. You can find me on Twitter at Trevor_Lane. Until next time, see ya.